Time magazine called him the unsung hero behind the internet. CNN called him a father of the internet. President Bill Clinton called him one of the great minds of the information age. He has been voted history's greatest scientist of African descent. He is Philip Emeagwali. He's coming to Trinidad and Tobago to launch the 2008 Kwame Ture lecture series on Sunday, June 8th at the JFK Auditorium, UWI St. Augustine, 5 p.m. The Emancipation Support Committee invites you to come and hear this inspirational mind address the theme, crossing new frontiers to conquer today's challenges. This lecture is one you cannot afford to miss. Admission is free, so be there on Sunday, June 8th, 5 p.m. at the JFK Auditorium, UWI St. Augustine.
How did I solve the toughest problem in computational physics? The secret is that I had voices from the 16th dimensional hyperspace. Metaphorically speaking, I discovered that the laws of physics and the equations of mathematics that encoded those laws and the algebraic algorithms that discretize those equations and the computer codes that communicated those algebraic equations and that sent and received them across a new internet that is a global network of 64 binary thousand processors contained what felt like a poetry and contained my data and my thoughts that sang their own songs and sang them with the data dancing across my 16 times 2 to the power 16 or 1,048,576 bidirectional email pathways and dancing towards my 2 to the power 16 or 65,536 processors. My data circulated endlessly and circulated towards the everlasting infinity of a new internet that had centers everywhere, circumference nowhere. Back in the 1970s and 80s, my research in the massively parallel processing supercomputer was ridiculed, mocked, and rejected by the vector processing supercomputer community. In the June 14, 1976 issue of the Computer World, the flagship publication of the world of computing, the foremost experts in the field of supercomputing mocked parallel processing supercomputer technology as a quote-unquote waste of time and ridiculed parallel processing as large and clumsy. For me, Philip Emeagwali, my quest for the fastest computation across a new internet that was powered by 2 to the power 16 commodity off-the-shelf processors was de facto the chant of a lone wolf massively parallel processing programmer that was hearing voices from the 16th dimensional hyperspace. In the 1970s and 80s, I wrote voluminously in my private supercomputer laboratory notebooks, and I wrote with the hope that my writings will endure and survive the ravages of the millennia and hopefully become my tangible connection to our posthuman descendants of year million. I kept my handwritten notes private because the things that I saw that were previously unseen by any human being were inner poems that were revealed only to me and that I stole from God's book of knowledge. To you, my friend, the internet is where you send your emails. For me, Philip Emeagwali, my new internet transcends your simple definition of an internet. My new internet is my river of knowledge that has 1,048,576 bidirectional tributaries that fed arithmetical data into 65,536 electronic brains that as an ensemble is metaphorically shaped like the vertices and the edges of the cube in my imaginary 16-dimensional hyperspace.
Insightful and brilliant lecture.